Are we going to see another green day or is it going to be red? We have a lot of things that can move the market, just like the NVIDIA GTC meeting and also the FOMC meeting, also with the interest rate decisions. He can maybe say some different things, maybe move the market up or even move the market down. With that being said, market opened at least an hour and a half ago. With that being said, we are in the green and we are moving up pretty strong. With that being said, let's look at the overall SPY before we get into news. We did have a decent spike upwards. We had kind of like a little downward trend and then going back up. It's the 5-minute time frame, but with that being said, we might be continuing up. Watch 565 as the highs and see if we can break above that. We might even get more bullish sentiment. With that being said, let's talk about some news and tell you guys what is going on. So to start, let's talk about some other things. So first off, we got the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision. Investors are awaiting the Federal Reserve's policy decision. With expectations that the central bank will maintain the current interest rates, attention is focused on Jerome. With that being said, he might say some different things, kind of like just saying statements regarding the economic outlook and potential future policy adjustments. And we got some major stock movements. So NVIDIA, of course, we got that GTC meeting or conference about the new AI products. Despite a 3.4% drop, we are kind of looking a little bit more green today. We are up 1.66% right now, and you might even see some better movements. Autodesk, that stock has gained 3% amid reports that activist investor Starboard Value is preparing for a proxy fight. Tesla shares have increased by 3.4% after consecutive declines earlier in the week, with an upgrade with the stock that we're going to be talking about a little bit later, and some other stocks going up. But with that being said, global economic outlook. So basically, Fitch Ratings has revised its global economic growth forecast for 2025 downward to 2.3%, while the OECD has also lowered its GDP outlook. This kind of shows that it's impacting U.S. stocks, with the S&P experiencing a 9% decline due to higher import charges and policy uncertainty, especially with the tariffs. You guys already know. However, Chinese and European stocks and stuff like that has showed resilient. Looking ahead, so for tomorrow, March 20th, 2025, markets will likely react to the Federal Reserve's policy decision and Jerome's basically speech afterwards, with the questions asked. We might get some more insights, or just depending on how investors feel about that. But you guys should understand the policy signal. Any indications from the Fed regarding future interest rate adjustments or economic assessments could influence the market sentiment. Corporate developments, ongoing news such as activist investor activities or earnings reports may lead to individual stock volatility, and global economic indicators, so revised growth forecast and international economic data release, could impact investors' confidence and market dynamics. With that being said, we did have the GTC. So the conference continued today. If you guys aren't watching it, you guys can watch it. It's literally live on YouTube. But with that being said, they did talk about the Blackwell Ultra AI processor. NVIDIA introduced the Blackwell Ultra, a next generation AI processor designed to enhance performance in data centers and AI applications. We have NVIDIA Dynamo. The company announced NVIDIA Dynamo AI interference software aimed to optimize AI workloads across various industries. Isaac Group, I think I said that right, N1. NVIDIA unrevealed the Isaac Group N1, an open source foundation model basically designed to accelerate the development of humanoid robots, marking a significant step towards basically making the robots. And some partnerships was announced, so basically expanded collaborations with major companies like Microsoft, Google, Oracle, General Motors, and GE Healthcare to integrate AI and accelerated computing solutions across various sectors. That's kind of what we have there. Let's look at some news. So we're going to start off with news on here. So Bank of Japan leaves rates basically steady as U.S. uncertainty heightens. You also have updates on NVIDIA, Alphabet, and Google collaborations, basically what I just said before with AI and stuff like that. We have NVIDIA CEO says power saving optical chip tech will need to wait for wider use. So basically, this might bring down, a lot of people's sentiment based on it getting announced, I think, yesterday. Google or Alphabet expand wallet to kids. I don't know if this will bring up the stock. We are still down, and Google is kind of dealing with some things, Kathy Wood offloads over 14,000 Meta shares for the first time in a year. So keep this on your mind for Meta. We are kind of dropping a little bit. So keep that on your mind and your radar. And Amazon's robotaxi unit Zoox agrees recall over breaking issues. So this might bring Amazon down a little bit and even maybe even touch Tesla a little bit because I mean they're kind of in the same thing. With that being said, we're gonna start off with the calendar. Basically, today you guys know we got the interest rate decision. Tomorrow we got some jobless claims, some a survey, existing home sales, and U.S. leading economic indicators. And Friday we don't have anything. But honestly, man, if you're trading, don't forget about the interest rate decision at 2 p.m., 2 hours before market closes. Some earnings. So tomorrow I'm kind of pumped for Nike and FedEx and Micron a little bit. We do got five and below today. Five and below might move a little bit too, but if you guys want to screenshot this, I do this every single video, so you guys have a chance to look at it. But you guys can screenshot it real quick. This is for this week, earnings wise. With that being said, some most active stocks, of course, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is always on this list. We have Intel moving a decent amount, but they're down 6%. Lucid Group up 6%. D-Wave, we did have D-Wave come up, I think 2 days ago or yesterday with NVIDIA kind of, shouting them out a little bit to say, but they're down 8% today. But this can move very volatile, so keep D-Wave on your mind and on your radar. We have Tesla coming up almost 3%, so you might see Tesla with a little bit of a flip back up. We're going to be looking at some price targets and some plays later on Tesla. With that being said, the Blackwell Ultra chip, like I said before, age of AI reasoning, which is going to be a decent chip coming out. Tesla short sellers are making a fortune out of backlash against Elon Musk. I kind of just had this because honestly, man, if you've been shorting Tesla or just watching how Tesla moves, man, Tesla just has been falling and you can make a decent amount of money. With that being said, I'm not going to say we hit a bottom on Tesla, but I am looking at that $200 level to see how Tesla is moving. We're at that 232 right now, but people are saying that we can get down to that 200, even that 180 level. We also have some rating on Musk Tesla to a buy basically. So kind of showing some bullish sentiment on Tesla. Some other thing, we'll soon see 1 million GPU data centers visible from space, which is honestly kind of insane. This might bring up NVIDIA stock and some other AI stocks basically. But investors are fleeing U.S. stocks as tariff risk loom. I mean, we see this with the sell-off that we had recently. Just look at the SPY overall. Tesla stocks gets lift after Elon Musk interview, basically. So, we are seeing Tesla kind of come up a little bit, but the overall stock market is. So I think the meeting is really going to determine how it's going to really look. We also have a board member of Tesla kind of selling off over $100 million of stock in recent weeks, which is insane. And it's kind of showing a little bit of bearish sentiment. But with that being said, I don't think Tesla's going to fall that much. So don't be too scared. With that being said, let's look at some price targets. So recently, man, as we looked at SPY, man, it was coming up, but now we have a big red candle testing VWAP. With that being said, I will look at that 563.5 level that I said before. And if we can break below this, we might be a little bit bearish. With that being said, after we break this level, I'll look at that 561.8, the 560 level, and then that 559.1. And then we got some other, oh no, we don't got no other levels, sorry. But down below 559, I'll be looking at that 557, 555, and then maybe even lower. But I think 555 is going to be a key level. We might even see a bounce off of that. With that being said, to the upside, we will be looking at that 565 level, 567, 569.18, 570.92, and 573.73. With that being said, a play that I did today was kind of risky. Let's go to the 1 minute time frame to kind of show it. But basically, I go for 10% trades. You put $10,000 in, you make 1,000 back. You put $100,000 in, you get 10,000 back. Pretty quick and easy, simple trades. So basically, I seen it kind of going a little bit bearish right here, and we did see kind of like a consistent candles going bearish. And then I seen it bounce below VWAP. I wanted to retest that VWAP because I knew it was going to for sure test VWAP again. So at this green candle, we bought in, and then it literally sold down here. You only need like 50 cents for that 10% to hit. But with that being said, that's the trade that I did today. So I just let it come back a little bit, and then let it test VWAP again. And then, just made our money, got out. And then, of course, it went up today. Honestly, I seen some bearish news and stuff like that, but I kind of thought it was going to go one or two ways. So this one was more of a riskier trade, but, it sold with that little bit of candle. That's honestly all you really need, to be honest. But if you guys want to get into some plays, I recommend just looking for 10, 15%. You can be in and out. That trade took me like a few minutes. With that being said, let's go over to Apple. Look at how Apple's moving because we did kind of have a V shape in the other direction. So with that being said, I will be looking at that previous high. And if we can break below the high of the day, we might be able to do some better work. With that being said, look at that 218.76 to the upside. If we can break above that, look at 219.7, 221.4, and then that 224 to that 225 level. But in the meantime, look at VWAP, see if we can break above VWAP. And then if we can break above VWAP, look for like 217, 218, and then look for that 218.76. To the downside, I will be looking at the lows, kind of the low. But with that being said, that 213 level, break below that 213, I will be looking at 211.49, 210, 209, and then 207.5. But to the downside, I will look at that 214.5 level first, and then if we can break below that, we might even break below the lows. So keep that on your mind. NVIDIA is going to be very volatile right now. Honestly, I think it can move one or two ways, especially depending on how the meeting goes. With that being said, I will look at the upside for now, past that 117.82 level, and then that 118.15 level, because that was just a high, and then going up 119, 120, 121.5, 122.5, and then 125. But that's kind of for the rest of the week, those levels, because I don't think we can make $5-10 moves with the video right now unless something insane happens. With that being said, to the downside, we do want to look at that 116.5, 115.6, 114.6, and that 113.5. So President Trump and Putin is currently on the phone right now. So honestly, there's going to be, I think there's going to be a meeting afterwards, kind of talking about what they're going to talk about. So if we can get some peace, you might see some market sentiment going up. With that being said, if we don't, then you might see the market going down. It can really drag the market up or down. You might just see a big candle, or you might see consistent big candles, so up or down. With that being said, another stock I want to look at is Palantir, because Palantir was spiking up a decent amount, and that NVIDIA meeting can move Palantir too. So if you see, NVIDIA moving down, it's going to move down. If you see NVIDIA moving up, it's going to move up. With that being said, look at that $90 level, 88.5 first, and then that $90 level to the upside, and then to the downside, I'll be looking at that 83.8 down to that 83 level and down to that 82 level for Palantir. That being said, Tesla, Tesla can move a lot, so these price targets are more accurate, but I'll be looking at that 235.7 to the upside. You break above that, I'll look at that 240, 243, 246, 249, and then that 250 level. And then to the downside, I will be looking at that 230 level, that 228 level, 225.3, and that 222.28 for Tesla. With that being said, we do have Boeing. Boeing moved a decent amount today, pre-market and even during market open. With that being said, we are spiking up. So have this one as a decent play that you can do. So yeah, man, but we did see a big spike, look at how it's moving. I mean, we've been moving consistently up with this one. We hit a bottom and then we've been moving consistently up. And today, man, look at this thing spiked up. So keep this one on your radar for an upward trend. But basically, why is it rising? So Boeing shares rise on tariff optimism, and Boeing rallies as CFO highlights steady 737 MAX and Dreamliner production. So basically just better production overall. But with that being said, check out some of those links in the description below. Comment down below how much money you guys made. Comment down below stocks that you guys are investing in, and smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Join our Discord. Peace out.